Hi, my name is SaraGVP and I'm running for SOTA Vice President. My slogan for you guys today is SaraG for SOTA VP. So let's get to know me a little bit. As you guys know, I'm a first year OTD student. I'm originally from Maryland. I'm right between Baltimore and DC. I received a bachelor's degree in health administration and policy program with a focus in public health at the University of Maryland, Baltimore County. For my OT volunteer before I came to school, I really was interested in trying to hit a different category. So I tried really hard to hit hippotherapy, pediatrics, inpatient, outpatient, and wound care as well. So when you think of a vice president, you think of leadership, someone who supports the president in action, and someone you can count on. So for me, I also believe that forward thinking, approachable, understanding limits, school awareness, and open to criticism are all other characteristics that are super important when taking into consideration what a vice president does. For forward thinking, it's crucial to understand that we've come so far as a new beginning group that we need to go forward, and that's all we can do. And I think that working with a organized and good president, we can work together in a partnership with other people on the board and our SOTA members as well, and just create ideas to move us forward, keep building, expanding, and having new opportunities. What's also really important is being approachable. I feel like you need to be able to go up to your vice president or anybody on the member board and really be able to talk to them, express how you're feeling, and see what's going on. Everyone knows that I'm a very outgoing person, so I would like to think that I'm pretty approachable when it comes to wanting to bounce ideas or concerns or just any comments about the group as a whole. And there is limits. To every position, there are limits that we need to follow. As a vice president, I have to respect the rules and bylaws that we have put forth and know that I can't overstep my boundaries and that I should recognize that being a vice president is a partnership and it's not just an individual leadership. Also, a vice president needs to have school awareness. That means understanding what's going on in the school, what's to come for the school, and how we can be involved as a group. Plus, the biggest and most hardest aspect of being a VP, I believe, is being open to criticism. Not everyone is going to agree with how you view things, and you might not agree with how someone else views things, but it is important to be open, honest, and actively listen to the people around you and be able to take into what they think and either change how you're acting and or change how a plan is going, and acknowledge that it's not coming from a bad place, it's coming from a place of growth and wanting to move forward. So as a candidate for vice president, I feel like it's essential to have goals that not only for us, but for SOTA as a whole. So I have 5 that I would like to stand by. My first one is to support and encourage students to explore their roles as student members of SOTA. It is important to know where you stand in SOTA, to know that you are a member of a team, that we are not necessarily just individuals, but we're individuals coming together for a group to move forward and to have a great experience and learn as much as we possibly can from SOTA. Also, to serve as an advocate, resource, and vehicle support for our diverse student body. We all come from different places, we all come from different backgrounds, and we all have different wants and needs, and I feel like for SOTA to be successful, they must recognize the diversity so that we can try to have an inclusive group. Also, to build an active partnership with fellow students, professors, and community members in an effort to enhance an inclusive, outreaching, and growing network of support. You've heard this time and time again, networking is very important. It is important for us to be parts of our community. It is important for us to be active in our school. It is important for us to just spread our wings and try to build as many connections as we can, because when we get out of school, it's going to be about connections. Who knows who, why are you important, and how have you presented yourself to the community? I also want to challenge members of the Gannon University community to explore their own culture and the culture of others in the campus community in an effort to enhance greater networking and promote dialogue exchange. this kind of runs with the second one I talked about. It's just everyone is different. We have all seen different things and we've all volunteered in different places. And it would be great for people to sit down, have that conversation, talk about things that they've seen. Like I've seen hippotherapy. Some people might not have seen it. So they want to see, what does it involve? How did I like my experiences? What did I wish I could get out of it? So it's just helping us build and again grow, which is important. And finally, to respond thoughtfully, intellectually, appropriately, and competently to the needs of the fellow SOTA members. This is a more so VP role goal. I just feel like as an executive board, it is our duty to understand where we want to go as a group. It is important to know what our members want and how to address them in a proper manner. So overall, I wanted to touch base on what have I done and how does this apply to being a vice president or applying to be a vice president. So the two main topics I wanted to hit were leadership and community involvement, because I think those are crucial aspects to any type of leadership role, especially one that's governing over a giant student body. Well, not necessarily giant, but our lovely cohorts. So for leadership, I have experience on being on multiple executive boards during my college career. I did different positions from being vice president to human resources to treasurer to pretty much any position. I've touched base on all of them, and I would like to personally say that they've all been successful roles. I've been involved in a leadership team at my community church. This involved getting members to be active and reaching out to our community, being involved in our community, hosting events, raising money for charities, all important things. And another type of leadership role that I took on in college was being a resident assistant. I'm not sure that if anyone knows what that is, but during college we have resident assistants, which are people who are in control and essentially responsible for a group or a certain living quarters, and it's their duty to make sure everyone's safe, to host events that will help the students participate within each other, to build community, and to have fun. Also, for community involvement, I personally started a crush fund for Haiti that was publicized on the news. I felt like it was something that was super important for me, and being able to jumpstart at such a young age just shows how much I was involved in my community and how I still am. I also volunteer through my local church at home. We do things such as famines to raise money. We did walking around and feeding the homeless. We've done everything you can probably think of, and I've just enjoyed every bit of it because it just shows that it's not just about, it's like what we can do. It's not just us being like, oh, well, I can donate some money here and I can do this. It's actively going out and being involved. Also, as a resident assistant, a really important part for me was making sure to hold events that were meaningful to my community. So I did go to school in Baltimore, and if you guys don't really know where that is, it is in Maryland, and there was a high sex trafficking population in the inner city, and not very many people knew about it. So I took the time to build an event, and it was an immersion experience tent that lets you walk through and kind of witness different facts. For example, there was a wall that had everybody holding barcodes, and it was saying how much are you worth. It was stories from the news of people who had been sex trafficked and how the police have shut down different parlors and different things that were happening in our community that people weren't necessarily aware of. And it kind of brought attention to such a serious topic and got people talking, which is extremely important, because once you have people understanding something and supporting a cause, you can really go far. So I know these are just a few brief things to touch on leadership and community involvement, but it just goes to show that I have had these two characteristics essentially throughout my whole academic career and before it, and I feel like those are really important for a vice president, and I hope to carry that on into SOTA as well. Overall, I just wanted to reach out to let you guys know why I wanted to be a vice president. I just feel like I have the characteristics to be it. I have the drive, I have the desire, and I feel like I have the ability to take us forward with the rest of the members of SOTA and have a really great year. So if you also agree, feel free to vote for me. And whoever wins, I am so happy because I believe SOTA is a great organization that's helping all of us during our time here at Gannon University. Thank you so much and have a great day.